Top 7 Carl Förster Feather Reed Grass. Do you ever look at your garden in winter and feel like it's completely dead? Everything gone? No structure, no focal point, just an empty space. And that is exactly why most gardens look great in the summer, but fail for the rest of the year. Carl Förster Feather Reed Grass is one of those rare plants that can completely change that. It's not just an ornamental grass, but a structural element. It stands about 1.5 meters tall, but is less than 1 meter wide, which allows you to create height without losing space. In early summer, the feathery plumes begin to appear, and the incredible thing is they don't disappear. They stick around through summer, fall, and even winter. When frost covers them, they become a detail you usually only see in design magazines. Are you missing an opportunity to keep your garden alive year-round? And what's even more interesting is that this plant is nearly maintenance-free, pest-free, and animal-resistant. Just cut it back in late winter, and it comes back strong in the spring. So the question is, why haven't you used it yet? Top 6 creeping phlox. Is there an area in your garden that you've almost given up on? A slope that's hard to mow, a dry patch of dirt where grass refuses to grow, or a gap where you constantly have to add more mulch, but weeds keep coming back? If the answer is yes, then creeping phlox is the solution you're looking for, but might not have thought of. This plant doesn't grow in height, but spreads out like a living carpet, so thick it nearly locks down the soil, giving weeds no chance to grow. And that's what makes it one of the smartest choices for those difficult-to-handle areas. But what really surprises people isn't its weed control capability, but the moment it blooms. In the spring, the entire area will explode with color. Pink, purple, white, stretching out like a natural coat of paint where you can barely see the leaves underneath. Have you ever wanted a corner of the garden that makes people stop and stare without knowing why? And the best part is, after it's established, you almost don't need to care for it. No mowing, no pruning, no heavy watering. It does the work itself. So the question is, why are you still wasting time and effort on an area that a simple plant could solve completely? Top 5 hostas. There's a truth many people don't want to admit, which is that in almost every garden there's an area where they don't know what to do. These are places lacking light under large tree canopies, next to north-facing walls or corners where the sun rarely reaches. You might have tried planting many different types of plants, but they all failed. And eventually you chose to ignore it. But the interesting thing is that very area could become a focal point if you choose the right plant. Hostas not only tolerate shade, but thrive in those conditions. What makes them special isn't their flowers, but their foliage. From deep green, blue-green, to types with yellow or white margins, from tiny sizes to leaves as big as plates. They create a full and vibrant feel that very few other plants can provide. Have you ever thought that the problem isn't that the area is hard to grow in, but that you haven't chosen the right plant? And even better, hostas are very easy to propagate. In just a few years, you can split one clump into many and fill the entire space without buying more. So, are you wasting a part of your garden, or are you waiting for the opportunity to turn it into a highlight? Top 4 agastache. Have you ever imagined your garden not just as a place to look at, but as a place of movement, sound, and real life? If you've ever wanted to see birds flying right before your eyes, then agastache is one of the most powerful choices you can make. This plant stands out with its long, tubular flowers and vibrant colors, ranging from orange and pink to purple and red. And that shape makes hummingbirds find it almost irresistible. But what makes it special isn't just its ability to attract animals, but its blooming period, from midsummer until frost. Which means when many other plants have ended their cycle, agastache continues to bring color and life to the garden. Have you ever realized that much of the garden becomes quiet at the end of the season? And this is the way to extend that life. Plus, its leaves have a light anise-like scent, which keeps animals like deer away. So are you building a garden just to look at, or a space that is truly alive and changing every day? Top 3. Knockout roses. Roses have always been a symbol of beauty, but also a fear for many gardeners, because they are often associated with images of complex care, disease, and high technical requirements. But knockout roses were created to completely change that mindset. They are a simplified version of traditional roses, featuring strong disease resistance, no need for spraying, and no requirement for a complex pruning schedule. You just give them a light trim in early spring and then practically forget about them. But what really makes them stand out is their continuous bloom cycle. Every few weeks, the plant is covered in flowers from spring until late fall. That means you can have color for nearly half the year without much effort. Have you ever thought a plant could deliver such big results while being so easy to care for? And when planted in rows, they create a clear structure that helps the garden look more finished even when other parts aren't complete. So why do you still think roses are too hard? Top 2 coneflower echinacea. There are plants that don't just beautify the garden, but offer value far beyond their appearance. Coneflower or echinacea is a prime example. You might recognize them by their daisy-like shape with a prominent center. But what makes them special is their ability to attract pollinators. Bees, butterflies, and many others will find your garden when you plant them. And the interesting thing is their value doesn't stop when the flowers fade. If you leave the seed heads, birds will come to eat them in the fall and winter, which turns your garden into a truly vibrant ecosystem year-round. Have you ever thought a plant could function across so many seasons, from color to wildlife to structure? And the best part is they are very easy to grow, drought-tolerant, and long-lived. So are you choosing plants just for a few weeks of beauty or for the year-round value they provide? Top 1 daylilies. If you've ever thought you couldn't grow anything, that you don't have a green thumb and everything you plant fails, then daylilies are the simplest yet most effective answer for you. This is one of the easiest plants to grow that you can find. They don't require perfect soil, don't need regular watering, and still thrive even in less than ideal conditions. What makes them special is the way they bloom. Each flower lasts only a day, but a mature plant has dozens of buds. They bloom continuously for weeks, meaning every day you see change and new life. Have you ever felt frustrated when planting something and not seeing clear results? Daylilies completely eliminate that feeling, and over time they will spread into large clumps. You can divide them and plant them in different locations without buying more. From a few initial plants, you can cover your whole garden. So the question is, do you want a complex garden that's hard to maintain, or a simple garden that always brings results and a sense of success?